Welcome to Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, back again with another episode. I got my guy Michael here again. I'm going to do an episode today about this episode anyway is going to be about the lack of appreciation when an inmate gets involved with a staff inmate altercation, puts himself on the line or herself on the line, and the lack of appreciation that comes with that. I just want to talk about that real briefly and give some people some insight, because I'm sure most people out there don't even know this type of stuff takes place in here. But before we get started, Michael, you want to say anything to the people?
It's good to be back with you again. I hope we have this thought-provoking conversation to help some people out there.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I hope it provokes somebody anyway. I want to explain something that happened in here, and this is not an isolated incident. There was this guy, mental health patient actually, that was in a unit, and the counselor was attacked by another inmate. And this particular inmate jumped in and pulled the guy off of the counselor, saved his life, basically. And he didn't do it for pats on the back. He didn't do it for anybody, you know what I'm saying, to tell him that he was a good guy. He did it because it was the right thing to do. But he did, however, expect people to say, good job. He expected that, you know what I'm saying? Well, not expected that, he thought that that would happen. Let's put it that way. He didn't expect it, he just thought that that's what people will do. You know what I'm saying? If they hit us on our hand when we do bad, they should pat us on our backs when we do good and encourage that type of behavior. That's what he was hoping that would have happened. He went on to receive comments and things like that from the other people that he lived with, telling him he was the police and he shouldn't have done that and all of those types of negative things. But he let that roll off his back. But what do you think about that, man? What do you think about when an inmate involves themselves in situations like that in prison and the administration in an official way doesn't acknowledge it? You know, because I think like if a riot or something like that kicked off into the prisons, it'd be on Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 2, and Fox. Just like that.
Especially when people get hurt.
Yeah, especially when somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
But when somebody is assaulted by an inmate and another inmate saves their life, the people out there don't hear anything about it.
Well, because it's not sensational. You know, the news is about selling sensational things. You know, that's not a sensational thing to say, oh, this inmate stopped this person from getting beat up or this and that. But it's sensational if this inmate beat the mess out of this staff member or this and that happened. You know,
Yeah.
something violent happened. Not that this person saved another person's life. I don't
Yeah.
think that's newsworthy. It's not something that they want to put out there.
Yeah, not something that you said something right there. Not something that they want to put out there, but I think it's something that's worthy of being put out there, though.
Most definitely is.
Yeah. I think they need to hear about those times when people that have been deemed to be monsters and so on and so forth, when they do something good. Yeah, when they do something good. Have you had any experience with any thing like that? Have you ever heard of anything like that happening, you know, as far as an inmate stepping in to save the life of somebody that works in the prison?
Well, I knew a guy back in the day that had during a riot, had stopped a female officer from being raped.
Yeah.
You know, he was treated good by the staff there. You know, he was treated real well by the staff.
That's
didn't
good.
bother him. He got to do what he wanted to do around the compound and everything. But the parole board would not let that man go. I don't even think the parole board recognized that he had actually done it.
I wonder if the parole board was told about it.
You know, I never asked that. Never
Yeah.
asked that. But it was, you know, it's something that definitely should have been told to the parole board. If it
Yeah,
hadn't been.
or if anybody went to his parole hearing and told him that. I wonder if the victim,
Yeah.
if she showed up, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And they denied it.
Kept denying.
Good Lord.
Kept denying. And I'm like, I mean, what more does a man have to do other than, you know, something like that? I mean, that's a very that's a very bold thing in a person
Yeah,
to do.
in here,
Yeah, be
in
in
here
this
to do that
situation.
in here, yeah, because especially something like that, they were trying to rape her, and you put yourself in harm's way to stop that. Yeah, that's big because you could lose your life in here for doing stuff like that.
That's not a
You know what I'm
small
saying?
thing.
No, that's not a small thing at all. If he would have been on the town, he would have been called a hero.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Yeah, yeah. And so would the other guy. You know what I'm saying? He would have been called a hero. Now, just keep in mind, I'm not calling these guys names because I don't want to put them under the gun in any type of way, right? But they know who they are, and I hope that they appreciate that we're doing the show about them. I just wanted to point those things out. I'm really interested in what you have to say out there about this, though. Do you think that people in prison that put themselves in harm's way to stop something happening to somebody that works at the prison should be rewarded? Should they be at the least just told good job, you know, or is that something that you say that they should do regardless of the reward that could come behind that, right? And I'm not talking about being released from prison or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, should a person be told thank you? That small gesture, you know, do you think a person should be told thank you? You know what I mean? Yeah. You got anything else?
It's one of those things that makes you think that like I can't see a person doing it just to be trying to get released or trying to.
No, you'd have to. Come on now, you have to plan that,
Yeah.
and they're not doing that. No.
This is something that was really on your heart. This is something that person is in this person.
Yeah, because that's a spur of the moment. It's something that just happened.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And they jumped right into action. You know what I'm saying, to stop it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and we talk about this all the time about us being throwaways.
Yeah.
Department of Corrections. If this doesn't show that this man has corrected his behavior or corrected his thoughts, because in the past this person might have just been like, let me join him, or
Right.
I'm just
Absolutely.
Gonna step back or anything.
That's, especially when it's a woman being raped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
that's tricky.
That goes a lot to that person's character that should be looked at.
Yeah.
Be looked at.
You dig that? I'm gonna leave it with that right there. I'm gonna wrap it up with that right there, man, because that's major what you just said. That goes to that person's character, right? Yeah, I'm gonna wrap the show. We don't need to say nothing else. That goes to a person's character right there. Appreciate you doing this again, man. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.